Okay, this bow was made by Paul Preer. And if you don't know who Paul Preer is, there's a violin shop in Salt Lake City, Utah, run by Preer and Sons, by Peter Preer. And his son is the one that made this bow. So let me bring this up a little closer for you to see one of the marks of this bow. It's made in the what they call the la fleur style, like flower in French. And I guess the tip ends up being a little bit curved. And what that does, I believe, is it makes it so that the upper half of this bow becomes a lot lighter, kind of like the Baroque style where they had those really curvy bows and they played a lot of pieces by, let's say, Bach. If you're familiar with Bach, they played a lot of his pieces back then. We're talking 1700s, and so this bow ends up having a lighter side here, and yet at the frog, the power of the bow is still preserved by this frog being very solid. And it's a great bow. I played on it for just about a week before I decided to purchase it, and it's done very, very well, particularly on pieces that have a lot of spiccato or those kinds of fiery bow techniques, I like to call them. And so it's been good so far. All I need to do, I think, is rehair the bow, because I think typically when you buy a new bow, they won't rehair the bow, and this bow has been sitting around for a while, so I think the bow hair is probably going. So I got to get it rehaired soon. Otherwise, I guess that's a little bit about my bow, Paul Preer.